We're learning more about that couple that died in Clark County. The county says they were living in different care homes but had contact with each other.
And we know one of them was living in a small adult home that public health officials have not identified. The other was living at Van Mall before being hospitalized. Fox 12's Kelsey Watts joins us live with a woman's story whose mother is also at Van Mall right now. Kelsey?
Well, Wayne, today I spoke with Ann Jones over FaceTime. She lives here in Vancouver and says her mother has advanced Alzheimer's and just moved into Van Mall about 5 weeks ago. She shared some photos of her mother and her family with us. Like a lot of other care centers, Van Mall has already been taking a lot of precautions, like sanitizing every 2 hours and cutting visitors who aren't medically necessary. Luckily, Jones says because of her mother's medical needs, she is allowed to visit to give her the medications she needs, but is only allowed one short visit a day. She tells me she completely understands the restrictions that are in place right now and says whenever she goes in, she sees staff members cleaning, giving residents food, and doing what they can to keep their spirits up. But this is really hitting her family close to home.
Can't stay for very long at all. I have to glove up, wear a mask, they take my temperature, and I basically am allowed to, go straight to her room and her room only, administer her medications, do a quick, hi mom, I love you, check on her, and then basically I have to leave. And I understand that because obviously somebody bringing the virus into that environment is what's caused this predicament.
We learned today a man who'd been living at Van Mall was hospitalized last week. He was diagnosed with the coronavirus and died at the hospital last night. His wife, who'd been living in a separate care center, also died from COVID-19, marking the first 2 deaths in Clark County.
It changes my mind as far as, I was in the camp here a week or 2 ago where I was like, oh my gosh, everybody's overreacting and it's mass hysteria and all that. But when it hits closer to home, it changes your whole way of thinking on this.
And Jones tells me her mother is getting amazing care at Van Mall. She has no complaints about that. But she says the situation right now is just kind of surreal. She told me that whenever she goes in to visit her mom, there are other families dropping off groceries and waving to each other from the windows because they're not allowed inside to visit right now. And Jones says when or if COVID-19 affects your family, you really start to take these things like social distancing a lot more seriously. Live in Vancouver, Kelsey Watts, Fox 12 Oregon.